still shut, why peace still feels delayed, and why the breakthrough you ask for has not fully arrived. This is not a casual message. It is not one you can afford to hear halfway. Stay with me. Listen closely. Let every word settle. Watch until the very end. Because what I reveal may uncover the hidden weight, the silent struggle, or the secret resistance that has been standing between you and what I have prepared for you. If you leave too soon, you may miss the very truth that was sent to set you free. My child, the first thing I need you to see is that one of the greatest things standing between you and the peace you have been asking me for is not always the enemy outside of you. Sometimes it is the pain you are still carrying inside of you. You have been asking me to open doors, to bring healing, to release what I promised, and I hear every one of those prayers. But there are moments when your hands are still so full of old hurt that you cannot fully receive what I am trying to place into your life. You may tell yourself that you may say that you have moved on. What happened? It no longer has over you. But I see deeper than your words. I see the places in your heart that still tighten when certain memories return. I see how your spirit reacts when a certain name crosses your mind. I see how quickly sadness turns into anger, and how often silence becomes the hiding place for wounds you never truly surrendered to me. What hurt you was real. I am not dismissing that. I was there when it happened. I saw what they said. I saw what they did not say. I saw how you trusted and how the trust was mishandled. I saw the disappointment, the betrayal, the abandonment, the unfairness. I saw the way you smiled in front of others while carrying the weight of the pain in private. But I need you to understand something that can change your life if you let it reach your heart. Unforgiveness does not keep you safe. It keeps you bound to the very thing you want freedom from. It ties your peace to a moment I have already been asking you to release. It keeps your heart turned toward the wound instead of toward the healing I have been offering you. Forgiveness is not pretending it did not matter. Forgiveness is not saying they were right. Forgiveness is not giving them permission to hurt you again. Forgiveness is when you finally stop carrying what should have been placed in my hands. It is when you trust me enough to be the one who handles justice, while you allow me to begin restoring your heart. Some of what feels blocked in your life is not because I have forgotten you. It is because the pain you keep revisiting has become a wall around your heart. And I am asking you now, very gently but very clearly, let me tear that wall down. Let me into the places you still guard. Let me heal what you have been protecting. You do not need to stay angry to prove that what happened mattered. I already know it mattered. You do not need to keep bleeding to prove you were wounded. I already saw the wound. Bring it to me now. Give me the names, the memories, the disappointment, the bitterness, the questions, and the ache you still carry when no one is looking. If you let go, you are not losing. You are making room. And what I have for you cannot fully settle in a heart still holding on to yesterday's pain. My child, I need you to come closer and listen with an open heart, because the next thing I want to show you is something that has been quietly shaping your life for longer than you realize. It is fear. Not always the kind that makes you tremble or panic, but the kind that slips into your choices and disguises itself as wisdom. You have called it being careful. You have called it waiting for the right moment. You have told yourself you were just protecting your peace. But I have seen the deeper truth. I have watched you stand at the edge of opportunities I placed before you, and instead of stepping forward, you stepped back because the unknown felt too uncomfortable. I have seen you silence your own voice when I was asking you to speak. I have watched you delay the very thing you prayed for because once it appeared, it required courage you did not feel ready to carry. I do not say this to shame you. I say it because I love you and I want you free. Fear has been whispering into your ear for so long that some of its lies have started to sound like your own thoughts. It has told you that if you try, you might fail. It has told you that if you trust again, you might get hurt. It has told you that if you move forward, you might lose what little stability you have left. And because you have been wounded before, those lies have felt believable. But listen to me now. Fear has never been a faithful guide for your life. It does not lead you into peace. It leads you into paralysis. It keeps you circling the same mountain while calling it safety. It keeps your hand on closed doors while I'm asking you to walk toward the ones I am opening. So I am inviting you now, and I am also commanding you in love. Stop letting fear sit in the seat that belongs to trust. Stop asking fear for permission to obey me. Stop waiting until every detail feels safe before you move. Come out of that inner prison. Lift your head. Take one honest step toward what I have been placing on your heart. Say yes to the conversation you have been avoiding. Say yes to the change you know is necessary. Say yes to the dream you keep pushing aside because it feels too large. You do not need to feel fearless before you begin. You need to let me hold your hand while you move. I am not asking you to understand everything before you trust me. I'm asking you to stop bowing to the voice that keeps shrinking your life. Fear has stolen enough from you. Remove it now. Push it out. Breathe deeply, surrender the outcome, and follow where I am leading. What is waiting on the other side of your obedience is far greater than the comfort fear keeps promising you. My child, there is another reason some of your blessings feel delayed, and I need you to hear this with honesty and tenderness, because this is where many hearts stay stuck without realizing it. You are still trying to carry something that I have already been asking you to release. It may be a person you keep returning to even though they keep draining your spirit. It may be an old habit that gives you temporary relief but slowly steals your strength. It may be a mindset that once helped you survive, but now it is stopping you from becoming who I am calling you to be. It may even be an old version of yourself that feels familiar, even though it no longer belongs in the season I am preparing for you. You keep asking me for the new, but your hands are still wrapped around the old. You keep asking me to send the blessing, but you are still making room for what I have already marked as finished. I need you to understand something important. When I ask you to let go, I am not trying to take joy from you. I am not trying to empty your life. I'm making space. I am clearing what no longer fits. I am removing what would poison what I am about to build. Some things felt good because they were familiar, not because they were healthy. Some doors stayed open because you were afraid of the silence that would come after closing them. Some attachments remained because you mistook emotional history for spiritual assignment. But I am calling you higher now, and I need your full attention. Release what keeps pulling you backward. Close what I have already shown you is not for your future. Stop revisiting what I already delivered you from. Stop calling it loyalty when it is actually bondage. Stop calling it comfort when it is quietly draining the life out of your soul. I am inviting you into freedom, but freedom requires an open hand. So open your hand now. Let the relationship go if it keeps wounding your peace. Walk away from the habit if it keeps clouding your spirit. Lay down the identity that no longer reflects who you are becoming. Do not cling to what is familiar just because it has been with you for a long time. Not everything that stayed was meant to stay forever. Some things were only for a season, and that season is over. Trust me enough to make room. Trust me enough to close the door without needing to know every detail of what comes next. If I am asking you to release it, it is because I see what you cannot see. Start your day with me before you start reacting to everything else. Protect the quiet. Guard the sacred space. Let your soul breathe. Open your Bible. Whisper your prayer. Stay long enough for your thoughts to settle. Stay long enough for your heart to unclench. Stay long enough for my peace to rise above the static. I am inviting you back to the secret place, not because I want to burden you with more effort, but because I want to restore what distraction has been stealing. When your spirit is nourished, your discernment sharpens. When your heart is still, your peace becomes stronger. When your attention returns to me, what once felt confusing starts becoming clear. Come back, my child. Return to the quiet place. Close the tabs in your mind. Let the endless noise lose its grip. I have been waiting for you there, and what you have been asking me for will begin to feel closer when your soul is no longer drowning in distraction. My child, come closer and listen carefully, because this next thing is deeply personal, and it reaches far beneath your circumstances. Some of what is blocking your blessings is not around you at all. It is the identity you have been carrying, the version of yourself you have accepted because pain handed it to you, and you wore it for so long that it started to feel like your own skin. You have been moving through life under names I never gave you. You have called yourself too broken, too late, too difficult, too damaged, too weak, too ordinary, too far gone. You may not say those exact words out loud, but I hear them in the way you shrink when opportunity comes near. I see them in the way you expect rejection before anyone has spoken. I see them in the way you hesitate to receive love, peace, favor, or healing because some part of you still believes those things belong to someone else more than they belong to you. My child, those labels were formed in moments of hurt. Some were placed on you by people who spoke from their own wounds. Some came from seasons where failure bruised your confidence. Some came from silence, abandonment, disappointment, or the long ache of being misunderstood. But hear me clearly now. Pain may have introduced those names, but I never signed my name beneath them. They are not mine. They do not carry my voice. They do not reflect what I see when I look at you. So stop wearing what I never gave you. Let go of. Lay it down. Let those false names fall to the ground. You are not what betrayal made you feel. You are not what rejection suggested. You are not the sum of your worst decisions or your most painful seasons. I know every part of your story, and I still call you mine. I still call you chosen. I still call you beloved. I still call you capable of becoming everything I designed you to be. But you must let me retrain the way you see yourself. Invite me into the inner conversation you keep having in silence. Let me interrupt the voice that keeps talking you out of what I am saying. Let me heal the lens through which you keep expecting disappointment. This is to be true. If you keep agreeing with unworthiness, you will sabotage the blessings. Deep down, you will not know how to receive it. So stand still for a moment. Breathe. Let me speak over you again.
मेरी बात देखिए मत सुन बात तो बहुत झगड़ा मैं कहाँ मारूंगा मारते हुए खून यही मारेगा क्या तू पत्थर मारे मेरे को दिक्कत नहीं चला मम्मी भाई तुम दूर रहा करो और भाई कौन दे रहे हो कौन थोड़ी ना हुआ मार देगा तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं भाई मैं बेचे बताया ना वो तो मार दे वो दिक्कत नहीं मार देगा बैठ से मार लट से कोई दिक्कत नहीं तो मार दे पूरा बता कहां से बोल दे लट मार दो कोई दिक्कत नहीं जब तुम बचाओ ना सर को तो बिल्कुल नहीं रो अरे बोल दे तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं उठाओ जब दम नहीं ताकत नहीं तो चल ना रो वो लाइट चल रही है
You
वो
are light
तेरे ताकत नहीं है
and light does not hide.
तो नाखून से क्या फिर बेल्ट मार दे फिर मार दे
Reaches.
अब जो हाथ लगे मार दे
Generosity
मेरा
becomes a river that washes away despair in
जो
places you
जो
could
हाथ
not
में
reach
आवे वही मार
physically
दे
but can touch spiritually.
पत्थर हाथ में है बेल्ट हाथ में है जो हाथ में वही मार दे जरा
This is not
मार दे कोई करने में देखूंगा
SLUJAP. This is a divine alignment where
मरे
your
को नहीं आवा
action carries eternal
आराम
weight.
कर दे मार
I will honor what
लो
you
सिर मर
release.
मैं मार कमर पे
I will return and press down,
सिर पे
shaking
क्यों मारना है
together and overflowing.
सिर पे क्यों मारना है
Do
मैं
not
मत कुछ
delay
फाड़
what
मैं
I
मार
am
दर तेरी
stirring
सिर
in
पे
you
बड़ा
right
वाली
now.
मजा आ जाए एक बार
Move
सिर छोड़ दे
through
बाकी बस सही मारने
super
वाली
thanks. Step into
ये
membership.
छोड़ दे वाला पूरा है
Soothe
ना
your PayPal
बस
in
नहीं
the
मारते सिर पे
description. And
यहाँ
let your
मार दे
true
यहाँ मार दे
identity
बढ़िया मार
rise
दे
through obedience.
5 मिनट बैठ
My
जाओ
child, I need you to let this truth reach
इसके
your
मार
heart.
पलटो ये
Because
खड़ी
it
मौत
has
करके
quietly delayed your freedom
देख के
in
तो मैं
ways
डाल
you
दे
may not have fully
मैं
understood.
डाला मैं देख
You have been looking for human approval, and it has been costing you more than you realize. You have
गली बात
spent
रही
so
है
much energy measuring your choices by how they will be
हाँ तो
received,
मेरी बात बैठी
how they will be interpreted.
काई काई कर
You
रही
might be
है
disappointed, might pull away, might misunderstand you, and because of that, you have been living with a divided heart. You want to obey me, but you also want to keep everyone comfortable. You want to walk in truth, but you also want to avoid conflict. You want to step into what I am calling you toward, but you hesitate because someone might not clap, someone might not agree,
अब है तो
someone
है
might not stay.
अब यहाँ रहते तुम दिल्ली
And my
तक वहाँ रह
child, the need for approval has become a leash around your soul. I see how often you say yes when your spirit is already tired. I see how often you shrink your voice because you do not
काम
want to be
कौन
seen
करे
as
तो कोई मना करे तो काम
different, or too much. I see how many times you have
नाना को
ignored your
मना
own
कर
conviction
नाना
because someone else's opinion felt louder in the moment. But
बड़ा
listen
की
to me
नहीं
now. If you keep building your life around being accepted by everyone, you will keep stepping away from the very path I designed for you.
ना भी तो है
People are not your compass. Your applause is not your assignment.
उधर दे दो
Their approval cannot become the price of your obedience. So release that burden now. Stop editing yourself to be more acceptable to those who were never meant to define you.
ले लिया था यार
Stop calling it kindness when it is actually fear of rejection. Stop sacrificing your peace to keep a false sense of harmony. Come back to me. Ask me what I am
अब तो
asking
चाल
of
तीन
you.
रहो मैं 25 मांगू कौन
Then
से
trust me enough to follow through, even if it costs you comfort.
बादल मार दे
Some people will not understand the boundaries you set. Some will not celebrate the changes you make. Some will become distant when you stop being available for what drains you. Let them. Do not chase validation from hands that cannot bless your future. Stay close to my voice. Let my approval become the place where your heart rests. When you know who you are before me, you stop begging to be seen by those who cannot be you. You stop bending yourself into shapes that keep breaking you. You stop living for borrowed permission. So stand up, my child. Lift your head. Make the decision you know is right. Say no where you need to say no. Speak the truth with gentleness. Walk away where I'm asking you to walk away. Do not keep looking over your shoulder for applause. What I am leading you into requires courage, not consensus. Let people go if they must go. Let misunderstanding happen if it must happen. But do not lose yourself trying to be loved by everyone when you are already fully known and fully loved by me. My child, I need you to be very honest with yourself here, because this is one of the most subtle thieves in your life, and it has been stealing more than your joy. It has been stealing your peace, your focus, and your ability to recognize what I am already doing in you. You have been comparing your life to people around you, to people you know, to people you only see through fragments and appearances. And each time you do, something inside you grows restless. You look at their timing, question your own. You see their progress and start doubting whether I am still moving in your life. You watch their relationships, their success, their healing, their opportunities, and quietly ask why your path seems slower, harder, or more hidden? I hear those questions, my child, and I understand the ache beneath
दूध
them.
चाहिए ना
But I need you to stop using someone else's season as the ruler for your soul.
ना
What you see in another person is not the full story.
दही मिल जाए
You are
दही
seeing a chapter, not the whole book. You are
कैसा
seeing
बोल
fruit,
दिया
not always the roots. You are seeing arrival, not always the years of pruning, pain, silence, or shaping that came before it. When you keep staring sideways, you lose sight of what I am doing directly in
भाई दे
front
रहा
of
हूँ
you. Comparison turns gratitude into grief. It makes your own blessings feel small because they
जो
do
आदमी
not
जो
look
काम
like
कर
someone
रहा है बढ़िया काम
else's.
रहा है
It makes your
जो
own
आदमी जो काम
journey
कर रहा
feel
है
delayed when it
मतलब वर्क काम
is
ऐसे
being
रहे सही
prepared
रहे
with care.
अभी तुम घूमने
So
जाओ
stop
संडे को
measuring your life against timelines I never
नारे क्या
assigned to
हुआ
you. Stop asking why you are not there yet when I am still
सुबह जी कह रहा है
building
यार
what you will need when you arrive.
कल
Go
ही कह रहा
back
था
to
शाम
your
को
own path. Return to your own lane. Look at what I have
मैं कर
already
दी
carried you through.
क्या बोली
Look at how far you have come. Look at the quiet strength I have been growing in
क्या
you.
बोल दो
The healing I have been doing beneath the surface.
अब तो छोरी सापड़ी को
Wisdom I have
जाके
been
सुना रहा
forming
कोई
in places no one else can see. Invite me into the places where envy hath been quietly taking root. Bring me the moments when you smile for others, but feel discouraged in secret. Let me cleanse your heart from the pressure to match what was never meant to be copied. Your life is not behind. Your story is not lesser. Your pace is not punishment. I'm not rushing you because I know exactly what your future requires. So breathe. Release the comparison. Bless what I am doing in others, but do not abandon what I am doing in you. Celebrate without shrinking. Trust without competing. Lift your eyes from their path and place them back on mine. Peace you have been asking for will return when you stop chasing another person's timing and start honoring the
हाँ
one
ऐसे
I have
मुंह कर ले
chosen
फालतू
for
अब
you. My child,
सोते
come closer now, because this next truth touches a place in you that has been tired for a long time. You have been trying to control
मजा आ
things
गया
that should have been surrendered, and it is wearing you down in ways you can no longer afford. I see how your mind keeps circling the same situations, replaying conversations, rehearsing outcomes, trying to predict what might happen next, trying to manage every possibility before it arrives. You call it responsibility. You call it being prepared. You call it staying ahead so you do not get hurt again. But underneath all of that, I see the deeper burden. You are afraid that if you do not hold everything together, it will all fall apart. And because of that, you have been carrying what was never meant to live in your hands. My child, control can look so wise on the outside while quietly exhausting your soul on the inside. It keeps you tense. It keeps you restless. It keeps you in a constant state of inner strain, where peace never fully settles because your heart is always bracing for impact. Hear me clearly now. You were never called to manage the whole future. You were never asked to hold every outcome. You were never meant to become your own savior. And the place belongs to me.
सबर जिया फैन
So release your grip. Open your hands. Stop trying to force what I am asking you to trust. Stop trying to solve what I have asked you to surrender. Stop checking the same door over and over as if your anxiety can make it open faster. Come away from the pressure. Sit with me. Bring me the relationship you keep trying to fix by overthinking. Bring me the financial burden you keep carrying in your chest. Bring me the family situation you keep trying to hold together with fear. Bring me the future you keep trying to map out because uncertainty makes you uncomfortable. Lay it down, my child.
मैल सर
Lay it
मैल
down. Surrender is
बहुत
not
भयंकर
losing
लग
control.
रहा
It is releasing a false burden you were never built to
देखियो
carry. When you surrender,
ये ले
you do not become passive.
आ देखियो
You
अभी बहुत
become
भयंकर मेरा
peaceful.
आत्मा
You do what is yours to do, and then you let me be who I am. I can move where your striving cannot. I can make a way where your planning has reached its limit. I can bring order where your panic has only brought pressure. So breathe deeply and cleanse your spirit. Tell me honestly, Lord, I cannot carry this anymore. And trust me enough to mean it. The blessing you keep asking for may be waiting in the very place where your control finally ends and your surrender finally begins. Step into that place now and let me carry what has been crushing you. My child, come here and let me speak gently to the part of you that has grown tired from waiting, because I know the waiting has not only tested your patience, it has touched your heart in deeper ways. There is a kind of delay that does more than make you weary. It can slowly make you guarded. It can make you cautious with hope. It can make you stop expecting good things because disappointment has visited you too many times. I have watched that happen in you. I have seen how prayers that once came from a soft and open heart now sometimes come from clenched emotions and quiet frustration. I have seen how some of your hope has turned into hesitation. You still pray, but part of you braces for silence. You still ask, but another part of you is already preparing for letdown. My child, I understand why. I know the ache of unanswered prayers. I know how long some nights have felt. I know how deeply you wanted certain doors to open, certain people to stay, certain burdens to lift. And when they did not, something in you began to harden in places you did not notice at first. But listen to me now with all your heart. Delay is not proof that I have